Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Escambia Empires for episode 37. And I am here joined by my co-host and brother, Danny. How you doing, Danny?
Pretty good, man.
Awesome.
How are you?
I'm doing very, very well.
Good.
It's a little bit warm in this room right now. We come in after everybody clears out of the office. And so the AC turns off at 5 and everybody else is supposed to leave and be gone. So if you can hear a little AC in the background, sorry, but that's the only way we're going to get through this. So, then also we're joined by JoJo Warinner. How you doing, JoJo?
I'm doing good.
Fantastic. Okay, so this is going to be just a family talk, a family discussion. So the three of us are working in the business right now in the sales business. So wanted to just kind of dive into give everybody an overview of some of the different things that we've had a couple episodes before where we've talked about our schedules or our routines or our training schedules or things like that.
Yeah, how they've adapted and adjusted.
Exactly. And
improved.
I think that's why we haven't done an episode of just us in a little while. And I think it'd be good just to kind of give people an overview of what we're doing now, what we're doing differently, and the reasons why. Just kind of some different things that are helping us stay on track, especially heading into the summer where things are going to start getting a lot busier. So having said that then, a couple of the new things that we've been doing we've been on a much more consistent wake up schedule. Mm-hmm. It's been kind of sporadic. And then
we have to.
Yeah, exactly. And the gym schedule as well. That also is something that has to be, that we just have to do now.
Yeah,
so
it's non-negotiable.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of, we were debating whether or not we wanted to. I want to be very careful about being somebody who I don't want to just be a talker and just talk about like, oh yeah, I'm doing this or, all these different things.
Yeah.
Because I know so many people like that where they're always into some new thing and some new challenge or new fad or whatever, or they're always deleting Instagram and then they're on 2 weeks later. And it's like, you don't have to announce to everybody every time you do something, just do it. And then we'll see the results if you stick with it.
Yeah. And I don't think that's your intention.
Yeah.
I feel like your approach is more so like, hey, this is what's been helping me lately.
Exactly.
It's not you bragging about.
And that's why I wanted to do this episode. Yeah. So kind of jumping off of that then, we are now 10 days into the 75 hard challenge. So anybody who doesn't know what that is, it's not a fitness challenge. It's a mental toughness challenge. So you go for 75 straight days and you follow 5 rules. And if you mess up on any of the rules, you have to start over from day 1 until you execute it perfectly for 75 straight days. So the first rule is you have to work out 2 times every day, 2 45-minute workouts per day, and then one of them has to be outdoors. So whether
they can't be consecutive.
They can't be consecutive, correct. So the point of it is for you to get better at time management and have to fit in these 2 45-minute segments.
Point is to be inconvenient.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's just about not. And the reason one of them has to be outdoors as well is not for you to be outside in a dangerous situation. Obviously, you have to use your own judgment, but it's just about, okay, the situation isn't perfect. Maybe it's raining outside and you don't want to get outside and get wet or whatever. You don't want to go for a run, but circumstances are never going to be perfect for you. Mm-hmm. And so the whole point of the 75 hard is just to accept things as they are and still do what needs done. And that's the reason that we wanted to actually do it in the first place. So you have to do 2 45-minute workouts. One of them has to be outdoors. You have to follow some kind of eating plan. And so there's no cheat meals at all for 75 straight days for people who drink. There's no alcohol. And so you have to follow the diet plan. You have to work out. You have to drink a gallon of water because of the amount of activity that you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So honestly, I've been finding myself finishing my gallon and not even trying by like 6 or 7 o'clock at night. It's been really, really good. So you have to drink a gallon of water, and then also you have to take a progress picture every single day. That's to help you remember the small little details. It's easy to remember the workouts and stuff because your days are kind of built around that as a pillar. But then you get to the end of the day and it's like, oh, I forgot to do these couple little things. So you have to take a progress picture, and then you also had to read 10 pages of some book, some self-development, nonfiction, exactly. So that's, and I actually was looking at a lot of my books, and a lot of them are like 300, 400 pages. And I was like, man, I can get through 2 books by the end of this thing.
Yeah.
Just 10 pages a day. It doesn't seem that much, but it really adds up.
Yeah. And I actually started the first couple of days, I sat down and timed how long it took me to read 10 pages.
Yeah.
And it takes you like 20, 25, 30 minutes max.
30 minutes
So if you just sit down and focus on it, it doesn't take as long as you'd think. And it's the same thing with the workouts and stuff. At first I was like, man, this is a big commitment. My days will just be full. Not really. Mm-hmm. So what we've been doing is I wake up around 5 or 5:30 and I meet you guys at the gym at 6. So me, Danny, and Jojo go to Pensacola Athletic Center, and we actually have just started recently going there, and so we absolutely love it. It's an awesome gym.
It's great.
And it's cool that we had Max and Mark on the podcast to talk about PAC a little bit. So we've been going to PAC and lifting in the mornings, and then after that, we'll do like a team meeting and get recalibrated. Sometimes, some days are more focused than others. Sometimes you're just exhausted from whatever was the day before. So we're trying to make sure that we get adequate rest as well. But we'll work out, come back, do a team meeting, get some kind of protein shake or some sustenance. And then we'll do a team meeting and jump on with the day. And then I actually have been running every single day because I'm training for... And this is another one, like, I don't really want to talk about it because I don't, but it's nice to have the accountability. So I have signed up with Evan McCracken for a half marathon in September. And so that's several months away, and our training officially starts May 8th. But what we've been doing is having a kind of a rigorous training schedule now where we're running to some degree every single day or doing cross training or something. So it was perfect for me because I actually was already lifting with you guys and then doing my running training every single day. So the 2 workouts a day hasn't actually been that big of an adjustment for me.
Yeah.
But we'll do the work throughout the morning, try and have some kind of like focus time from 9 to 11. And then at 11 is when I'll go do my run. And so I'm pretty much finished for the day. From 11 to noon is when I do my run and clean up and all that stuff. And then you guys are going again in the evenings. And then as far as the diet and stuff like that, it's just so different. I've never been somebody who's counted calories or logged my meals or anything like that. I've never, ever done that before, even in high school when I was playing sports. And so it's discipline to go in and make sure that you're following or checking the nutrition facts on foods and stuff like that. It's a lot. It's a lot of time.
To see if you have enough calories left to
finish dinner or whatever. Yeah.
Have whatever you're having.
Exactly. Or if you're watching a movie and you want like a little snack, it's like I'm used to just going and grabbing a bag of Doritos.
Yeah.
And it's so different. That's the thing that's so exciting for me is just that discipline. Again, it's about the mental toughness, about you not giving yourself the cheat day or whatever you think that you need to get through. Just no, these are the rules and you have to do this, period. And I think we give ourselves way too much leeway in every area of life. And it's been fun to do this challenge. We're 10 days in and I feel amazing. You know, like the progress pictures are already starting to look a lot different and it's just been enjoyable.
Yeah, I agree.
So, and it's difficult. It's classified as a mental toughness challenge for a reason because a lot of people, even if it fits within their calories or whatever, they want that comfort food. They want the Doritos or whatever. And it's been a challenge to have to take the bun off my burgers and stuff like that.
Yeah, but eat little rice cakes instead of Doritos.
Literally.
I like rice cakes.
But it's been good. It's been a reminder that you do only have one life to live, and you got to take care of it as much as you possibly can. That includes your health and your body.
Yeah. When I came home today, I told you about how I was in the break room at work, and they have like this little community bowl of snacks, and I just looked in it, and there was like these like Easter egg chocolate things. I was like, ooh, that looks pretty good. And I was like, no, I don't eat that. It's not that I can't have it, it's that I don't.
You're not
eat
eating
it.
That's right.
Yep. Yeah, I think a lot of it is just what you tell yourself, like, oh, I'm on this diet and I can't have this. Well, no, like, to be honest, we walked through like the pastry section, and I'm looking at all the Little Debbies and stuff that I used to demolish before, and I'm thinking, man, I can't imagine how I would feel after eating that. I don't even want that. Like, and I know it won't be that way for 75 days straight, but at least for right now, I mean, we had these like Greek yogurt ice cream bars and stuff. They taste just like the real thing. Like,
they were good.
It's not that bad at all. Yeah,
they were fine.
And so even now, if we're in a hurry or something, we have to go get a burger with no bun or whatever just to get some protein, I feel like heavy after I eat that kind of food. And I find myself wanting the veggie smoothies or whatever, or the home cooked meals way more so because they make me feel good and I'm not as lethargic in training, you know? And
that's right.
It's made me feel a lot more serious just about everything, just about my life and my business, especially. Because
the little things.
Yeah, exactly. Because every day you wake up and you have this laundry list of things you have to do just to meet the challenge. And then also we have a laundry list of things we have to do for work. But it's like, okay, well, I said I'm going to do this. and I can't deviate from that at all. And also, these are the things like every time I'm lifting or was that somebody's stomach?
Yeah, that was mine. Excuse me.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, but just as far as lifting or different things like that, it's like, okay, well, I can do this. I've been sticking with this for so long. I can also do what's required for work. And I don't know. I just think it's when I've explained it, there's been a couple people that I've explained it to that they're like, why are you even doing it? There's no reason for that. But in my opinion, and for
discipline.
Yeah. And that's the thing for a lot of people, especially if you don't have your own business, it's not a challenge for everybody. It's not something that everybody should do. And to be honest, after the challenge is finished, I can see myself continuing on with some form of this same exact regimen. Maybe not quite as strict, but the bottom line is I just feel like if you have a business or if you're looking to level up in any way, developing that discipline and that ability to just realize, okay, I feel like doing this, but I'm not going to. That's something that not many people will cultivate.
That's right. And there's several things that I'd like to reference bounced off of those statements that discipline is vital for anyone that wants to be successful. It doesn't even necessarily mean entrepreneurship or business ownership. It just means successful. You got to learn how to time manage, and that is heavily dependent on discipline. But there's a book, Discipline Equals Freedom by Jocko Willink, that I would highly recommend. It's his concepts of mastering discipline are very thorough. And then I'm reading a book called The One Thing by Gary Keller that you recommended to me.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal, and I'm finding myself tied in with 75 Hard, seeing the principles that he's laying out as far as prioritizing your day, prioritizing your tasks and everything. There's only 5 or 6 tasks. I mean, there's less than 10 tasks for the 75 Hard.
Yeah.
So it's not a lot, but the hard part about it is generating that discipline consistently throughout time. And
it's not giving yourself any leeway to excuse one of the items.
Oh, I need a cheat
meal.
Exactly.
Yeah. And in the book, The One Thing, this is the last thing I wanted to mention. In the book, The One Thing, he talks about willpower and how your willpower is just like a bank, like a battery in a cell phone. It runs out over time. You have to recharge. You have to give yourself
amount.
Exactly. Yeah. You have to give yourself regenerative points in the day that you can and recalibrate and stuff. But he talks about how discipline alone isn't going to get you where you want to go. It has to be habit. So you use discipline to generate the habit, which usually takes like 66 days or something like that. I can't remember the number he mentioned, but it's a couple months to generate those habits, and then that builds on, and you use the discipline as a tool to further your habits.
Exactly. That's one reason for the 75 Hard being 75 days is I think everybody's done the 21-day or the 30-day challenges where, it takes 30 days to build a habit, but then you finish it, or maybe you don't even finish it. And your life is just as exact same as before. And I agree with what you just said about you have to use the discipline to build the habits. And those habits are what are going to long-term really affect your trajectory. And so, that's been part of it too, is just the physical aspects of it. I feel good. I sleep really, really good at night. And also just that confidence that comes with knowing that you overcome really difficult stuff every single day. Like with the running, if you log 3, 4, 5, 6 miles, it feels really, really good.
Yeah.
And then you just feel better physically, you look better and you present better and you just feel more confident. And then also with the reading too, there's books that I have promised people that I would read, and I will read them eventually, but it's like, well, I just don't have time right now. Well, everybody has time to read, and we all know that reading is so important. And I've enjoyed where I'm already like a third through the first book that I started, the book that we started on day 1. And it's one that I've wanted to read for a long, long time about real estate. So I just think that there's so many things, so many benefits that it's hard to explain to people without sitting down and saying, okay, so here's the entire thing like we just laid out.
Yeah.
It's hard to just explain to people, like, why would you put your body through that? Why does that even matter? Why are you going without cheat meals or all these different things? And, it's really, I just feel like there's so many benefits to cultivating that. And it's a muscle. It's something that you have to, over time, you learn how to recognize and pivot if you need to and do the right thing.
And it's just like putting yourself in check. I mean, like
Yeah.
you go day to day just eating whatever you want, or you enjoy the bag of Doritos or whatever, and it's good to you feel good when you follow like something like 75 hard, because it puts you in check.
Yeah.
And it makes you
That's what I was going to say too about what Danny was
Yeah.
saying, like the discipline equals freedom thing. Walking down that aisle and seeing all of the chips or the Little Debbie's or all the junk food, I literally felt, and it's so silly because we haven't even been doing this for 2 weeks, but it's a mental thing. I felt like I don't need any of that, and it felt kind of freeing. Like the craving wasn't even really there because I was just like, well, I just can't have it.
It's interesting actually you saying that. I don't need any of that. There was a pilot. It kind of made an impact on me. There was a pilot when I used to work at the airport a couple years ago is when I had the conversation with this guy, and we used to have Schwann's cookies fresh baked daily in the FBO.
Yeah. We used to go in there and just eat the cookie dough. Our manager
Yeah.
never knew.
So I used to tell the pilots, just like, making small talk, be like, hey, make sure you go in and get yourself a cookie. And I told him that, and he's like, yeah, I'll think about it. And he walks in and he comes back out, and I was like, did you get one of those cookies? What'd you think? And he's like, yeah, I sniffed it. And I was like, that sounds so weird. But I was like, why didn't you get one? It's just a cookie. And he was like, 80% of the enjoyment of junk food is smelling it. So that's all that I need. I don't need to actually intake the calories.
At Walmart just to smell everything.
Just smell.
Just go open up a
Debbie's.
bunch of boxes. Just sniffing everything. They're like, sir, do you mind?
I'm gonna ask you to leave.
I thought that was interesting though.
Yeah,
just
I like
that discipline that he had to be like, I can enjoy what I allow myself to enjoy, and that's it. That's where I draw the line.
Yeah, and I've never really been, to be honest, I've never been somebody who likes to sit down and eat an entire bag of Doritos anyway. Like, I joke about it, but I've always tried, I like to just go and pull like 4 or 5 out and just eat those.
Like a bird.
Yeah, I really do. I always have my entire life. So it's not like I would just go and binge eat any entire tub of ice cream or whatever. I typically was pretty disciplined with portion sizes, but it's still, I mean, on a Friday night, if you're eating pizza and then soda or whatever,
it adds up.
It does. And cookies and stuff, it does add up. And then I just remember feeling after one Saturday, I woke up Sunday morning, we had eaten pizza twice that day and all this different stuff. And I woke up and I was like, okay, so I feel this way. I feel sluggish. I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to do anything. So I just remember thinking, imagine if I had eaten healthy last night, not only would I feel better and get more done today, but whatever progress I'm trying to make in my running or in my training, not only would I have not had all those calories and made that negative progress, but I would have made positive progress if I could have woken up this morning and run or eaten healthy food last night. So it's not just, there's like a middle line, and there's negative progress when you eat bad, but there's positive progress when you eat good. And it's like the spread there. I just remember thinking, you know what? Enough of this. I'm just tired of just eating everything that I want to, just eating how I feel,
I think for me too, that definitely spilled into the business is I want to make sure that we are optimizing our time throughout the day, and we're not just working to work, not just busy work. And so for me, it was also the factor of, I want to make positive progress. So let's stop just maintaining stuff and just doing the mundane, but let's see what we can do to actually improve and progress. So I'm excited. Like, you've been giving me more responsibility. I've been trying to take on as much as I can throughout the day, and then that puts you in a better position to explore and advance and push forward. And JoJo helping with all the more nitty gritty stuff in the morning really helps. And again, at night when you come home, you're typically helping us.
I was actually
going
to brag on you, JoJo, because you are on our schedule with us. And a lot of times, if I'm really, really struggling, I'll take a 20-30 minute nap in the afternoon if I need to. We'll do whatever we need to recalibrate. And that's part of the benefits of being self-employed, is if we have, if I hate just sitting at a computer and having this busy work and not actually getting anything done. I don't like answering mundane emails and things like that, because it's like, okay, I feel busy and that feels good, but 12 hours of that work, this is a whole nother topic. We can do this another time, but 12 hours of that kind of work is the equivalent of doing 1 hour of focused work on what actually needs done.
Yeah.
So a lot of people like to feel busy all day and, oh, I'm so busy, I'm doing all this stuff, but you're not actually getting anything done.
Yeah.
So I would rather work hard and get stuff done and then recalibrate or have extra time for reading or training or even just family time or doing whatever we want to do.
Yeah.
But I was like, in the afternoons, that's a lot of times if we have appointments or different stuff, I'm just prepping for an appointment, drinking coffee or whatever. You get up and train with us in the morning, do a team meeting, and then you're getting ready and you leave for work from 11 to 4.
Yeah.
And then you come back, and in the evenings you come back and do the second workout and do whatever transactional stuff I've lined up for you to do when you get back in the evenings. And I was just thinking, man, JoJo, you're pushing pretty hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I bragged on you today too. I just had a lunch with Mark, and he was like, every time I see him, he's like, what's happening, man? What's going on? And I just told him, I said, well, we just got a listing live this morning, and all I did was let the seller know that the listing agreement was in his inbox. I pretty much hardly did anything. I told him, I was like, he's working on the listing now. Danny's working on it. And then I'll look over the draft. And once we send it to the seller for a review, it'll go active. And I told him, I said, I haven't even touched it. So
hey, that's what I do.
Yeah. And that's the exciting thing is so many things are happening behind the scenes, and we've worked on our systems and things like that. It's just, I feel like this is another one of those things to help us level up and to move in the right direction and just to be disciplined and just get stuff done. The more we can do in our personal life and maximize our time, the better it translates into the business. So
I think just having team meetings in the morning has really helped us too, because just that communication between
just knowing what's going on.
Yeah, what's going on, and it really just sets the goals for the day, and that helps just keep us on track and keep us away from that busy work that you were talking
that's
about.
right. Prioritization.
That's the thing, because the bottom line is it's not that busy work. Some of it has to be done, but most of the time it's just not important. So that's why you guys are helping me, because there's things that have to be done, but it's like, okay, there's so many other things that will help move us forward that I can be doing. So I don't need to be answering emails or different things like that. So I just love the dynamic that we have. Mark tells me every time I see him, you're so lucky to have your brother and sister-in-law working with you. And I know I am, so I really appreciate you guys. And for
I'd say we're all blessed.
Yeah, we are blessed. We are
very fortunate.
Speaking of blessed, we have our whole family is doing stuff for Michael Warinner LLC now. My dad actually just started doing like engraving. I don't know if you'll even be able to see this etching. Yeah, even be able to see this on YouTube. But he bought these tumblers from a hardware store, and we gave him our logo, and he etched custom tumblers, Escambia Empire's tumblers for us. So
Mikey's using mine. His is at home.
Yeah, this one says JoJo, but I was just gonna let it go because they probably can't tell. But whatever, it is what it is. It's fine. That's all right. Thanks for
that one's mine.
Narking on me. But so yeah. Anyway, thanks, Dad, for doing that. And also, T-shirts and hats and stuff like that. We wear our gear all the time. And I had a buddy reach out to me. Shout out to Paul. One of my really good friends from college. He was like, I want a shirt. Can I get an Escambia Empire shirt? So we put in an order for him, and we got him a shirt. So if anybody wants anything like that, just hit us up and we can get you a tumbler or a shirt or something like that.
That's right.
Eventually we'll do stickers as well for our laptops, and that way we can post bumper stickers on our cars and things like that and show our pride. I'm kidding. I actually hate bumper stickers. But anyway, we appreciate you for listening again. This is a little more of just an update episode for us, what we're doing. I think today, once we finish, we'll be finished with day 9 of 75 Hard. So we'll keep you updated on that as well. And just thank you for sticking around. We enjoy just kind of showing you guys or telling you about what we're up to and how we're trying to make our way in the business world, and how we're trying to see success as well. So
that's correct.
Appreciate you for listening. If you're still here, what are you doing? Go check out another episode.